This part of the reading from my as yet unpublished novel Estuary is much later in the novel, chapter 12, and it gives a bit of an idea of Aunt Leela and her experiences. There's something wrong in the world and I must set it right. You wouldn't understand it any more than my relatives would. Lily sits on one side of the desk facing the doctor. The wide space between them feels like some uncrossable desert, but she tries to answer the doctor's questions as best she can. If she narrows her eyes, she can keep him in her vision, this man in the white jacket writing in a book. His eyes are steel grey and his wiry moustache looks to her like a small toothbrush, bobbing above his pink fleshy lips as he asks her questions. I shouldn't really be here, it's only because my relatives are cruel and don't care for me. But God has told me that I am a flower of the Lady Fatima and that he will send someone to help me tonight. I know that you doctors have been sent by God to assist me. Mostly Lily wanders in the corridors all day aimlessly, but sometimes staff remember to let patients out into the airing yard, and she always runs to the fence. She thinks she could just keep running forever, but when she gets to the fence, there's always a big ditch that she can't cross over. She discovers that it's called a ha-ha, but she realises later that the joke's on her. So she just runs to the other fence and looks out into the paddocks full of grasses and olive trees, their leaves turning from green to grey in the chill wind. Lily, come back, the orderlies call out to her, but she's already gone, running down the sandy track along the river with the willows caressing her face, and then over the high dunes, feet sinking into the deep sand. Lily, come back, come back! Sometimes, especially on hot days, she runs through the dark green valleys with carpets of sweet-smelling mosses and white violets that she wants to stuff into her mouth and taste. Lily, come back! She realises she's being punished for something, but she's not sure what she's supposed to have done. She just concentrates on listening to her voices. They will always tell her what she needs to do. Frankie will tell her. Very soon after her arrival, she is stripped, injected, and put in a small cell, given a plate of rubbery food, a potty to sit on, and left alone. The window of her small room looks out onto the quadrangle. A big fish pond with a concrete bridge spanning it takes up most of the space. Sometimes people call out to each other across the quadrangle, but Lily doesn't need to talk to anybody else. She has her own private messages. I am God, and you have brought me here to murder me. But the doctors never seem to take any notice of her special voices. After a few weeks, they put her into a ward with other women. It is a locked ward, and all her possessions are taken away from her. She's sure she's misplaced the key to her trunk at home and wonders how she'll ever be able to return what's inside it to its rightful owner. They won't let her have a pencil either to do any drawing. Lily needs to draw herself into the picture, to find out where she is before she can find her way out again. She needs to get her bearings, to know where she is on the planet. When she looks out her window, she locates the sun first and then searches for its shadow moving across the ground. Then very soon she walks out where the shadows are heading so that she knows north, south, east and west. She knows where she is now, but she still feels just like a number.